world feel like it's on fire and it's making you really anxious? Stay tuned. Find out what you can do about this. Yeah, there's a lot to worry about in the world, whether it's a land war killing lots of innocent people, whether it's laws limiting the rights of people to vote, to express who they are, whether it's the environment. We have lots to worry about in this world. And for some people, that anxiety can be just paralyzing. How you cope with those is a mix of your personality, your upbringing, your worldview. We're all feeling just a little bit overwhelmed right now. But what can we do about this? All of the really tremendously difficult things in the world are fuel for anxiety. You may cope with it by withdrawing, by procrastination, or by diversion. Just doing things so you don't have to think of it and it's not nose to nose. But again, what can we do about it? Well, one of the first things to do is stop doom scrolling. By doom scrolling, I mean perpetually going back to news outlets, to YouTube, to look at the same material over and over. And it's really easy to do if you get obsessed with something. I remember when I had a diagnosis of cancer, and I really read all I needed to know about in about 45 minutes. But there was a part of me that kept going back and looking for more, and it was just stuff I already knew. And it very quickly reached a point where more just wasn't helpful. It was just enough to enhance my worries about that. Limiting your input on this is really important. And it's not denial. It's not sticking your head in the sand. It's taking care of your mental health. What I recommend is that you take some fixed amount of time and you go ahead and you look at what concerns you. Is it the environment? Is it the war in Ukraine? Is it politics? Go ahead and take a look. You know you want to, you know you're going to, but limit it. Ask yourself, is there anything I can do immediately about what I'm watching? And if not, let it go. Limit that time that you spend looking at the various outlets. You got to remember that media is designed to evoke strong emotion, even media that is well-meaning and gives an honest picture of things. And unfortunately, not all media does that. We come to the point where we ask ourselves, this problem is so big, what can I as one person possibly do about this? I like to think of Candy Lightner. Candy Lightner is a mom who lost her teenage daughter to a drunk driver. And this is an incredibly overwhelming situation for any parent to lose a child. That's probably in the top 2 or 3 most horrible things you can experience. And it's overwhelming. But what she did was something fundamental to how you can cope with these massive, overwhelming problems that are going to take generations to solve. Miss Lightner formed Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. She took action. She moved all of that sense of being overwhelmed by that in a direction. Action converts anxiety into something useful. When you have a problem, ask what you might do on a small scale. Counseling young people who are just coming to grips with their sexuality. You can show them by your example being farther on down the road that yes, there is a pathway forward and there is a good life to be had. Can it be impacting which politicians you vote for, looking at people who have similar views, similar things that they find important? Can it be manning a phone bank to make calls to people, to urge people to take action themselves? Yes, of course, these are all things you can do. And that action has a way of converting your mindset. You no longer feel powerless. And the interesting thing is, a series of small changes come together to make bigger change. You can ask the question, well, how do I eat an elephant? And the answer is simple. You eat it one bite at a time. So if this has been a useful presentation for you, please go ahead and thump that like button. It helps push it out in the algorithm. And if this is useful, if you know someone who, maybe like yourself, is struggling with anxiety, with these big global problems, share this video with them. Until next week when I put out another video, this is GH Glade for Coaching ADD.